guys. Welcome to the Sexy Senior Citizen, the podcast where aging is celebrated, confidence is contagious, and living your best life has no expiration date. I have a t shirt for that. I'm your host, Delcina West, the author of Sexy Senior Citizen: How to Stay Sleek, Sexy, and Strong as You Age. This is your space for inspiration, empowerment, and real talk about staying vibrant, stylish, and strong inside and out. From a fitness and wellness to a mindset and self care. We'll explore the secrets of aging with grace, confidence, and a whole lot of fun along the way. So, whether you're redefining your golden years or just getting started on your journey to feeling fabulous, you're in the right place. Let's embrace this chapter together because sexy has no age limit. Ready to shine? Let's get started. Today, we are going to talk about hot flashes. Who has had hot flashes? I know if you are over 35, 38, something like that, you have experienced hot flashes. Okay? And they are no fun. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website, delcinawest.com, www.delcina.west.com, I have a checklist of peri and postmenopause symptoms. You can download for free so that you can see the various, I believe there's dozens of symptoms that are associated with this phase of getting older. Now, look, I know menopause for me, when I used to think about it in the past, way back when, that it was like, oh, I'm getting old. I'm going to be out of commission or no longer useful to society. But that's because that was the mantra, that was the mindset that was put on us women when you got into menopause. It's like, we get taken care of through our teenage years, you go through puberty and there's all these special things. And then when it's time to have babies, there's all these other special treatments and people that you talk to about that and having your children. But then when it came to menopause, it's like the information gap just grew ginormous, and there was no information and not a lot of research, and a lot of money was spent on taking care of us. So the social media is full of information for young people, the 20s and 30s, even early 40s. But what about me? What about us who are getting older and we're not ready to be put out to pasture, right? Where do we go and get information? Yes, you can read tons of books. You can read about hormones. You can go read about therapy. You can go and read, but that takes a lot of time. So I have been doing all that research for you, and I'm going to be distilling it for you throughout this podcast, The Sexy Senior Citizen, on a regular basis. And if you have topics that you'd like me to cover, by all means, please let me know because I want to talk about what you want to talk about, what is relevant. I decided to talk about hot flashes today because that's the one symptom that a lot of us are familiar with, even though that's not the major one, but it's a one that a lot of us are familiar with. What are hot flashes? And listen, guys need to be aware of these things too. If you have a partner who's female, these things are important for you to understand. So let me see if I can explain a hot flash. So for me, what it was, I'd be sitting around, just doing my everyday thing, and all of a sudden, from the inside of my chest is like this roaring blaze just started erupting. I called it like a volcano that will go through your head to the top of your head, and then just all of a sudden sweat out of nowhere. And can you imagine feeling like that just out of the blue? Because hot flashes don't come with a scheduled time. They don't come with an appointment, and there's no warning. You're just minding your business. All of a sudden, you erupt into a volcano and you're sweating and your clothes is uncomfortable and all you want to do is take your clothes off wherever you are. Guys, you could not handle this. And believe it or not, there are some women who have 10 to 20 episodes of this on a daily basis. Yes. And on top of that, it can last anywhere from 7 years to dozens of years. It's ridiculous because it can start early in your late 30s and then it definitely goes after menopause. So, for example, Everything before menopause, which is one point in time, is perimenopause. Everything after menopause, when you're no longer having a menstrual cycle, is postmenopause. So that's that whole long period. And so what happens is hot flashes or hot flushes are a symptom of vasomotor. Um, what is the technical term that I want to use for you? Vasomotor symptoms. Now, your vasomotor symptoms are related to your body's internal temperature regulator, and that is regulated by your hypothalamus. I want to make sure I'm getting you guys the right information. Your hypothalamus. So on a normal basis, it keeps your body on a regular rhythm. You're feeling good. Your temperature is very, very closely regulated. Because think about it, our normal body temperature is like 98.6. But if you get up to 103, you're in critical fever condition, right? And if you drop down to 97, 96, you're freezing. So it is a very um, detailed temperature regulating system. But hot flashes happen irregularly because now one of the things that start to happen with us as we're going through menopause phase is our hormones begin to fluctuate. One of those being estrogen. Estrogen isn't necessarily the cause of the hot flashes, but as estrogen starts to decline and fluctuate wildly, it stimulates the hypothalamus, which is our temperature regulator, and then that temperature regulator does not keep us in a regular temperature on a regular basis. And so that balance disruption is what creates these crazy, amazing situations. Um, some of the things I'm laughing because it happens so instantly and it can be embarrassing for a lot of people. I mean, especially if you're trying to look cool and calm under circumstances, it can make you appear that you're totally out of control or nervous or don't have things that you don't know what you're doing. But your body is just creating this thermostat, this volcano of heat that you just cannot control, right? So, what can you do about it? Well, what can you do about hot flashes? The number one remedy that is out there right now for regulating your body temperature, for dealing with vasomotor fluctuations, is hormone replacement therapy. Yes, it has been shown to help improve the symptoms of hot flashes. One of the main reasons that a lot of women get HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Now, you need to go and see a hormone replacement specialist, someone who is dedicated, knowledgeable, certified, board certified in this field to get that prescribed to you. And there are a variety of ways: creams, pellets, gels, etc., patches that you can use depending on your body to help to regulate that. Now, if some of us don't want to take hormone replacement therapy, there are a couple of things that can be done. Now, Japanese women have been studied, they do not have as, as severe hot flash symptoms as American women. And some of the studies that are going on right now or have gone on are considering that it could be the fact that they had a lot of soybeans in their diet as from throughout their whole life. Their bodies developed a certain level of um, resistance to it because of that. But studies still don't show that if you just start eating a lot of soybean foods, that it's going to change that. Another one, black cohosh was thought to be something to help you with hot flashes, but studies have not been conclusive enough in that. Now, the other, one thing I want to let you know is that when I talk to you, I'm going to talk to you about evidence-based information. I'm not going to suggest things that aren't based in science, that don't have any proven theories, and that are just false claims. So that's what I just want to let you know about it. So, what can you do? Hot flashes tend to be more prevalent in African American women and they last longer in African American women. Hot flashes tend to be more severe in women who are obese, who are pre diabetic, who are less fit, less active. And so the symptoms of hot flashes and the severity is a lot worse. If you suffer from just infrequent hot flashes, that's considered mild. If you have about 10 or more per day, that's considered um, in the middle. And if you have more than that and it prevents you from doing your regular physical activity, it prevents you from continuing through your day, it disrupts your day, you have severe level of hot flashes. And that's when you really need to go and talk to your doctor, right? Now, some of the things that you can do aside from hormone replacement therapy are the following. A study done in 2022 by the Women's Menopause Society showed that improvement in health and nutrition could help to alleviate some of those symptoms. Now, this reason is still a little bit inconclusive, but the theory behind it is if you are a healthier, more active woman, that your body's mechanism for cooling itself, for regulating temperature, is works better. So it will improve your symptoms or the severity or the frequency of the symptoms if you have a healthier, more active lifestyle. And that's when nutrition and fitness comes in. So if you are someone who begins to start eating more fruits and vegetables, starts to eat, drinking more water, starts to making um, lean protein part of your daily intake, decreasing the amount of processed food you eat on a daily basis, decreasing the amount of alcohol you have. Alcohol has been shown to exacerbate hot flashes. Smoking is shown to exacerbate hot flashes. Decreasing those types of things will help to diminish the symptoms and the severity and frequency of hot flashes. But it's important to start small if you want to start addressing it. One of the things you should do is perhaps do a hot flash diary. Start tracking how often you have them and the level of severity. 1 for mild, 2 for moderate, 3 for severe. And then under what circumstances you're noticing them having. If you're noticing that it's severe level where it interferes with your day-to-day activity, you cannot function normally, it disrupts your mindset and everything, then you have some information that you can take to your doctor and say, hey, in the last 7 days, I had 20 hot flashes this day, 12 on this day, etc. And then you can work with them to help to find a solution for you. But it's always good to start to think about improving your nutrition, eating healthier foods. What are healthier foods? Like my friend Brittany said, food that have one word in them: apple, broccoli, beans, potatoes, carrots, rice, pasta. One word foods that you make and create meals from are the best thing you need for yourself. Drinking plenty of water. A general guideline is take your weight and divide it by 2.2 kilograms and have that amount of water in a day. So, for example, let's say I'm 150 pounds, I divide by 2.2, so I'm looking at 75 ounces of water per day, something like that. Don't quote me on my math, I'm terrible at that. And then trying to get sleep. Your hot flashes are going to disrupt your sleep. When you have hot flashes at night, that's when we call them night sweats. That's when you wake up in the middle of the night and it felt like somebody took a bucket and just doused it on you. You wake up, your nightie is sweating, is soaking wet, your sheets are soaking wet, your pillow is soaking wet, and you wonder what the heck happened. Those are basically hot flashes that happen at night. Your body temperature erupts into that volcano and you can't cool off, and so your sheets absorb it. So the things you can do physically to help that: use dry wicking sheets and night shirts and pajamas, or go to bed naked. Um, have a fan in your room. Turn the air conditioner down somewhere between 65 and 70. And if your partner is cold, do them a favor and buy them a heated blanket. I did that for my husband because I just could not sleep in a hot room. But he was freezing to death. His poor little toes were just icicles. So I bought him a heated electric blanket. That solved our problem. He was nice and toasty. I was cool. We tried the fan that goes underneath the bed. They have those kind too. You can put it right underneath your sheet and it blows the air right on you. But I don't like the sensation of the fan actually on my feet. Then also giving yourself enough time to rest, getting at least a good 8 hours of sleep in the bed, going to bed at a regular time, waking up at a regular time. so that you can get your body enough time to regulate its hormones during that sleep time. Okay? I know there's a lot of little information back and forth, but the gist of it all is hot flashes happen to every woman. The severity and the frequency is varies wildly. Some may have just a very few, some will have up to 20 per day or more. It can last 7 years to 20 years, depending on how early you started and how late you're continuing to have hot flashes. One of the best sources for support and management of hot flashes is hormone therapy. You need to speak to a specialist about that they can help you with that situation. The next thing you can do is eat healthier, decrease your body weight, and stay active. All of those things in combinations can help to seriously alleviate the symptoms of hot flashes and the severity and the frequency. Okay. Now, if you want a list of a checklist of menopause symptoms, go to my website, delcinawest.com, www.delcinawest.com. Go to my tab that says free resources, and there is a checklist of menopause symptoms. There's over 2 pages of symptoms. And if you find that you're having many of these, you might find yourself in perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. Okay? Now, next week, we'll be back on Wednesday at 12 o'clock talking about more things that us as sexy senior citizens need to know about. All right? So if you have any questions, just email me, text me, and put it in the link in the chat below, and we'll talk some more. Hot flashes, they don't have to overcome your body. Do the things you need to do to help alleviate the symptoms. Get your partners on board, and I'll see you on the flip side. Take care. Bye bye.